yes, we know that BBC loudmouth Gary Lineker just can't help himself, but the corporation's agitator-in-chief has ruffled licence fee payers more tonight with a boast that he personally rewrote the Beeb's social media guidelines. He's paid around $1.3 million a year, and, of course, he's massively had issues with them, hasn't he, with impartiality. He says, I know the guidelines really well. I was partly involved in drawing them up. Obviously, the new guidelines allow much more freedom. We're allowed opinions. Mr. Gullis.
How do I feel? Yeah. Well, Patrick, at least Gary has finally come out and said that he is essentially the Director General of the BBC and that Tim Davie is just silly Cleeson puppet with no spine and Gary's hand and arm firmly up, you know where, in order to spout whatever he needs him to spout it. I mean, Gary is the highest paid BBC star. Whether he likes it or not, therefore, he represents the BBC brand. And all he does is tarnish the brand by pushing his one-sided political views without any balance whatsoever, constantly acting in some cases by pushing the information that Hamas health agency themselves are putting out, rather than actually standing up for the hostages, rather than making comment about the Israelis who lost their lives, as well as the many other nationalities that lost it in October 7th attack.
Look, Amy, is he just rubbing everyone's nose in it now, coming out and saying, oh, look, I helped write this bias thing, you know?
I think we just all need to get a bit of perspective. He presents Match of the Day. Yeah. The BBC is massive. The BBC is not Gary Lineker, and Gary Lineker is not the BBC.
Well, he is. Like you said, he's writing the rules. He said he's writing the rules, Amy. He's literally said he's involved in writing them.
Yeah, but do you think he started to believe he is the BBC, maybe? I don't know.
He's a kangaroo court. He basically is writing the rules and is able to judge himself whether or not he's broken the rules.
I don't know how true it is that he wrote the impartiality
Well, he's saying
rules.
it.
Well, no, he is saying it, but I need...
He had a hand in
yeah, he had a hand in writing them. I think
well,
but I think I don't
we've got
particularly agree with it myself.
We've got a hand in paying for it, so I don't want him writing them, and we should be able to speak about
But
them.
ultimately, he's just some bloke who presents the football who likes a few tweets.
Well, that's right, yeah.
So let's get a bit of perspective.
He doesn't like a few tweets. He pushes propaganda that Hamas themselves have been putting out there in terms of numbers of alleged amount of people who have died, obviously,
those numbers
Israel.
are always, well, not always, are regularly confirmed eventually by the Israelis.
No. Well, the Israelis are busy actually confirming the tragic hostages who have been taken by Hamas terrorists, that people in Gaza know where those terrorists have taken them in some cases, and they're choosing to not cooperate with the Israelis.
Well, the bottom line is he shouldn't be involved in writing the guidelines at all.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Gary Lineker responds to some of the allegations as well a little bit later on.